Hello viewers, welcome to the Lion's Island. So today's video is going to be a really short one because we're going to be talking about the Love Goddess. So the Love Goddess is released today in the C server, and it comes from the coin store. So the way you get it is that you purchase the NPC's gift for a 25% chance to obtain the gift exchange coin. So in order to obtain the Love Goddess, you would require 5 coins. So assuming all things being equal, you would be looking to open about 20 of these boxes. These boxes will only be around for a limited time period. So if you really want to get the Love Goddess, do so before they are removed from the store. So why am I doing a video about the Love Goddess item? Currently, for most physical attack classes, the best in slot item is the One Eye Captain, which gives 5% physical penetration and 5% ignore defense. The Love Goddess gives 10% final damage. Now this 10% final damage is rather similar to the effect you get from the Greatest General card, which gives you a final 10% damage buff. In the case of the Love Goddess, you get an additional 10% damage regardless of magic damage or physical damage. But in exchange, you actually take 20% more damage. While this item might be quite risky to use for PvP settings, I would think it's one of the best items you can have for everything else. So without further ado, I'll be doing some damage tests to see the impact the Love Goddess can give. So this will be the current gear that I'm using. I'll be leaving my offhand slot blank and my back slot blank as well. So without the back slot items, I'm doing 111,000 damage. With a One-Eyed Captain equipped, I'm doing about 130,000 damage. With the Love Goddess, I'm doing 122,000 damage. I believe many people have run the same tests and obtained rather similar results. Now I'm going to tell you why I think the Love Goddess still does more damage than the One-Eye Captain. There's one thing that you might have overlooked is that the One-Eye Captain gives you 5% ignore defense. Therefore this comparison is not fair. In order to make it comparable, you would have to apply another 5% ignore defense. So this pet would give you an additional 5% defense if you get a level 10 for this skill. So in this setting, I would have an equal amount of ignore defense, which is currently 143%. Do also note that my target is currently set to 70% strength. This means that this target has some amount of defense percentage, and therefore you would require ignore defense to be able to get the full damage. So with the 5% ignore defense added, doing about 135,000 damage. Without the Love Goddess, I'm doing 122,000 damage. If you punch the numbers into your calculator, you would find that 122,000 plus 10% would give you about 135,000. So this is an exact 10% damage increase. So with the One-Eye Captain, in order to have the same amount of ignore defense, I would need to keep the cat. And with that, I'm doing about 130,000. So that being said, it is clear that the Love Goddess will give you a greater damage boost than the One-Eye Captain, assuming you have an equal amount of ignore defense. This time I will run the test with even more ignore defense. So at this moment I have 163%. And with the cat, I would have 168% ignore defense. So without the Love Goddess, I'm doing 143,000 damage. and now I'm doing 10% more at 158,000. So with the One Eye Captain equipped, despite having 5% more ignore defense, I have likely crossed the limit of defense on the target. Therefore, I'm doing less damage with the One Eye Captain. To further reinforce the fact, I will use a Cat Grass, and Cat Grass will give you 30% ignore defense. So my current effective value is 203%. So at 194,000 with the One Eye Captain, when I change over to the Love Goddess, I'm doing 203,000 damage. So to summarize, the Love Goddess will out-damage the One Eye Captain on many situations, although it is still reserved as a PvE item. PvP settings, I really don't think you would want to take 20% more damage, because 20% can make a substantial difference between life and death. Alright, I hope my video has helped you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.